Greetings and hallucinations to all you folks out there. I have a 2 versus 2 versus 2 on the Dark Heart for you today. I did this map just a little while ago, but it was in the higher ranking levels. I know I did this yesterday, but I've got a little bit of a backlog of replays here, so I'm going to tackle another under 1K rank game. We can laugh at them, we can learn from them, and hopefully we'll all have a good time and see some innovative, maybe unforeseen tactics being used, such as moving your ACU over to the side to build your land factory. And I think there was a tree there or something that he had to reclaim. Pick the one tree that did not get killed by his spawn to build a factory on top of. Very good choice, my good sir. That early reclaim is important by all means. Alrighty guys, we're going to knock this out pretty quick here. Going to go ahead and bump the speed up a little bit, and we will introduce the teams on the right hand side. We have Wacky Mole and Buttery BP Slide CP Buttery. My good sir, you have an interesting name, but I would love to hear the thoughts behind why you named yourself that. I do not understand. On the southern side, we have Juicy Dangler, the walking poop joke, and UNSC Rear Admiral. That would be a reference to Halo, if I'm not mistaken. On the left side, a little bit more straightforward, we have Jetpack and Thunder, the normals. Alrighty, all of you should be familiar with this map. It has a ton of reclaims, Salems, frigates, civilian buildings. We have more civilians and more frigates in the center. Even on your landmass, Salem for you and a Salem for you. Everybody gets a Salem. So much early reclaim on this. You can set up pretty much whatever you want. Alrighty. Looks like some decent expansion coming out from everybody. We have Aurora's out for Thunder moving north along with an engineer. You have Jetpack moving south, and the Admiral is moving over in that direction as well. Throwing up a radar and a point defense before anything else. That is an interesting choice. Juicy is throwing down a land factory, as I would think is a little more appropriate. You want to have a foothold with some build power so that you are more resilient. Nice little Tech 1 bomber there, wiping out the problem before it even began, killing that Tech 1 engineer and denying that factory. That was a good call from the Admiral. Definitely in command of his troops. Had an attempted drop there. All those Auroras did their job and denied that. Alright, Juicy has stated that he needs to leave. So he is going to give his entire base over to Admiral and then start his upgrade. Why? I know not. You would think that he would try to get the upgrade and then give all of his stuff, but no, we're not going to operate under any logical means. We are going to do things backwards and hope it works out for the best. Dangler, you play like I do. Although I don't think I am quite to that degree. We have Zooey's coming out for Buttery Slide. That makes me think, I have this image in my mind of a slip and slide, but instead of being a tarp, it's like toast with so much butter on it that, I don't know. That name is killing me, and I want to know what the BP and CP is. If he watches this cast, he better comment on the meaning of that name, because I don't know, maybe it has some deep philosophical meaning that none of us really understand. He obviously put some thought into it. Alright, Aurora's coming down from the north to wipe out the point here. Going to try to gain a foothold on this center island. It looks like the left-hand team is doing a very good job of holding its expansions. We have Tech 2 Navy out for the Rear Admiral. That was made a lot easier by having double eco, I am sure. He is the first one to Tech 2. We have a Tech 2 land over here, but it was just finished. So that is the first Tech 2 combat unit. Tech 1 subs on Juicy Dangler. He is going to be dive bombing directly into Buttery Slide's base. Better watch your step there. You might slip and tumble down the hill and fall in the water, and the subs will be there to catch you. And around and around. Actually doing a decent little job of microing around those RD shots. I like that. Jetpack making gestures. You know, I think honestly this probably would have been more, or at least as effective, if he'd just gone Tech 2 and just started reclaiming everything. I think he would actually be doing more damage to this base than he is right now with all of this crazy gun comm nonsense. And he could at least then be funneling mass back to his teammate. Picked up a vet there on those NG kills. That was actually a nice little move, and he is going to come back and die at the hand of Buttery Slide. That, my good sir, is what's called a kamikaze run. You should not ask about such things. And Tech 2 Navy coming in, Buttery Slide rage quitting, and kaboom. It is now a double eco versus a double eco. I love this. I love this. Arcade has done a fantastic job with his graphics mod. There are a lot of amazing effects in them, and that shockwave ripple is one of them. That is always exciting to see running across my screen. Alrighty, Salem's moving now down to kill off this expansion here in the center. We've got Jesters coming down. Salem's should be able to defend themselves pretty well. Jesters do not have much health. Well, they do for a Tech 1 air unit, but not as hardy as Tech 2 gunships. And the Salem's do have pretty good anti-air, so not really a worrisome situation. Looks like they're going to come up here and harass a little bit more. Wacky Mole is on an upgrade. Not sure which upgrade. He already has Tech 2, although that is taking him a very, very long time and not drawing much mass. Is that Tech 3 maybe? I don't know why you would be going for Tech 3. He needs to stop that upgrade and run over here and overcharge these Salems. That would be the quickest possible way to get rid of these things. He's trying to do it with Tech 2 bombers, but now he's lost his air headquarters, and that's just not going to work out for him. I don't know why he let that happen. He could have prevented it easily. There we go. Finally. Get those overcharges in there and wipe that out. Got cruisers coming out now for the Rear Admiral. It looks like he does have those on ground fire. You can see the little spurts of fire out, those nanite missiles that are now firing at the ground. The accuracy on those is horrific. You can see that even aiming at something as big as a Tech 1 land factory, they're not actually hitting very often. The best thing to use sirens for when they're on ground fire is, that's a lot of Auroras. I hope you have a gun upgrade, buddy. You do not, but your opponent is going to be stupid enough not to kite. If he had kited with the, holy cow, look at those overcharges. Killing off. My goodness. He's got 72 kills without the gun upgrade. Why? Why, Thunder? You need to kite. You need to bring your Auroras back. The Auroras outranged the ACU. That was an epic fail if ever I have seen one. Wow. Sirens are best used for wiping out build power, where you can fire at big groups of engineers or big groups of land units. And, you know, your accuracy isn't really that big of a deal because you can just spray the area and they'll get kills. Either that or for knocking down shields. There is an insane amount of damage contained in those nanite missile systems, but they're just too inaccurate. But when you have something big to aim at like a shield, it does a wondrous job of taking down shield cover, whether that is mobile shielding, covering a navy that you're trying to kill, or if it's regular shielding on a base like we see up here. The main cannons provide the precise damage, and the nanite missiles provide overlaying, just basically a ground fire. I can't come up. Carpet bomb. That's the term I was looking for. It is carpeting fire. Just created a new term to fit my needs there. Had a Galactic Colossus started by Thunder, but he's going after a T3P gen. And that is a pretty hard power stall. I can see why he would be doing so. He was probably depending on jetpacks eco to float him. It is interesting how 3 of the 4 factions have a cruiser as a siege weapon. One of those little tricks of faction diversity. Back on ground fire and laying the damage in on that shield. You can see the massive amount of projectiles there. UEF and Seraphim, of course, have the 150 range TAC launcher. And then the Cybran cruiser, while it only has 80 range, lays down so much damage. I cannot recall the exact number right now, but it is astronomically high per mass. The cruiser costs less than the destroyer and has more damage per second effectively. So it's a pretty awesome tool if you can find a good use for it. The trade-off for that is the anti-air sucks so hard. And of course the Aeon Cruiser is just massively overpowered anti-air. It can just absolutely demolish everything that you throw at it. Is that no, really? You were building mass fabricators? I didn't even notice that. Why would you do such a thing? You didn't even have, you have Tech 1, Tech 2 mass extractors, and you're building fabricators. You didn't ruin your economy with experimentals, you ruined your economy with fabricators. Fabricators, Tech 3 fabricator is the single most useless thing that you can build, unless you have exhausted all your other eco options. It is better to upgrade and claim mass extractors than to build mass fabricators 100% of the time. That is something that you do not want to do, because they burn 3,500 power. You have to build a Tech 3 power generator and a half just to power the thing, and then the actual mass cost of the fabricator, and you only get 12 return on it. It's an abysmal situation you do not want to get into. Oh, trying to escape into the water, but there's subs there. No! Da-da-da-da-da. Another one bites the dust. And building Tech 1 point defense. Because why? Because there's bombers. And of course, Tech 1 point defense should protect you from bombers, right? I would think. Yes, maybe. And he is just going to stand there as he's covered in napalm. My face is burning! My face is burning! Someone help me! Now he's plinking me in the back of the head. No. No! No! And now, there's actually a slight problem. Because Wacky Mole has got the dreaded Summit class. He has built the king of the UEF Navy, the amazing battleship with 150 range and insane damage stats that can basically bombard anything into oblivion. Haha, alliteration. Yeah, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Second battleship building. He's got strap bombers storing up. This is not going to end well for Rear Admiral. Innovative tactic, attacking a battleship with Tech 1 bombers is actually not a bad idea. The battleship has very bad anti-air, and Tech 1 bombers have very good damage per mass. So it's actually a pretty effective tactic, I would say. And Tech 3 Scout running the field, trying to find that ACU. Let's see. We're up to 4 strat bombers now. Tech 2 subs running around the backside. They're going to try to kill off something back here. Nope. There is a Tech 3 sub that is going to deny that very easily. Well done, my good sir, although I do not understand why you would go for a Tech 3 headquarters when you already had a Tech 2 that you could have upgraded. That is a very large waste of mass. No one's going after the expansions. Why is no one going after the expansions? We have a cruiser out for Wacky Mole now. That is the Sarah cruiser with insanely good anti-air. And we got a couple torpedo bombers, a Salem. Not a whole lot of options left for the rear admiral. This is looking pretty hopeless. I hate to be a pessimist, but this is definitely not the best situation. We have an ACU movement. It has been picked up by a transport and carried over to the edge of the map. And going northwards. Where are you headed? No, no, not to the strat bombers. No. Okay, looping around. Maybe. Nope. 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 Oh, dropping in the middle of flak. Is that's a Tech 1 ACU. Really? Really? Oh, kaboom. Slightly predictable end, but I would not have anticipated the comm drop. Of course, when the enemy ACU is in the water, there's really not a whole lot you can do, especially when he has that much health on him. That is a lot of health. It was all those Aurora kills a little while ago. Alrighty, guys, that is my game for today. Please send me your replays. I have finally gotten through all of the ones that people have sent me. They have been disregarded either for corrupted replay files or for uninteresting, repetitive gameplay. If your cast did not show up, that just means you need to try again. Send me more replays, and I would love to get some good replays that some of the better players may have. We've had a couple of under 1,000s in a row, so I am ready and raring to go tomorrow with a good, solid 1 versus 1 or a high-level team game. I would love to see some of that. Alrighty, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me. I will see you later. Thanks for watching.